There are three things that are needed in order to grow a dance studio. Can you guess what they are? And so if you're a studio owner looking to grow your studio, I'm going to share with you in this video what those three things are that you need in order to grow your studio. So grab your pen and paper, have them ready. I'm going to keep today's video super simple, and by the end of the video, you'll know exactly what you need to do in order to grow your studio. By the way, my name is Hervin Alvarez. We own a company called Get More Students where we help dance studio owners with increasing enrollment, saving time, reducing workload. We do that through the use of automation and marketing. And so if you're a studio owner looking to grow your studio, subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's exactly the type of content that we talk about here every single week. Okay, so with that said, let me share my screen. And let's dive right in. So the very first thing that you need in order to grow your studio is that you need to generate more leads. So this plus L right here stands for more leads, more people inquiring about your studio. So let's just say you have studio number 1 and studio number 2. Studio number 1 generates these many leads per month, and studio number 2 generates these many leads, right? So who gets more students? And the answer is obviously studio number 2. So the studio that can generate more leads gets more students. The studio who can get more inquiries every single month gets more students. It's just super simple. Again, I said I will keep the video simple. I put here the mind blown emoji on purpose, being sarcastic here. It isn't rocket science. If you can generate more people who are interested in your studio, then you'll get more students than the studio doesn't. Okay. What is the second thing that you need in order to grow your studio? So what is the second thing? SU. What does that stand for? It stands for getting leads to show up, right? So you can have hundreds of leads every single month, but if you don't follow up with them, they will fall through the cracks. And so look at this diagram right here. You can have marketing helping you generate leads every single month, but if you don't have a follow-up, if there's a hole in your follow-up, then the leads are going to fall through the cracks and you're going to end up losing money on marketing, end up losing students who could potentially would have signed up with you, would you have followed up with them. So you need a way to follow up with students to get them to show up. Otherwise, they're going to fall through the cracks and that is going to be money wasted. And then what is the third thing that you need to do in order to grow your studio? And so E right here, what is E? It means enroll the leads. Okay, so once people show up to your studio, you need to enroll them. Again, I'm keeping this super simple because one time I researched online when I had my studio, what does it take to grow a dance studio? And I found out tons of articles that they were just talking about things like, you got to have like a good atmosphere at your studio. You got to be very passionate about your classes. You got to hire caring teachers. And these are kind of things that are very fluffy. They don't tell you anything about how to grow a dance studio. I want to keep it simple. I want to make it so that anybody understands what they need to do in order to grow a dance studio. These are actual things that you need to do. We're breaking it down. We're keeping it common sense. Okay, so again, simple. I said this video was going to be simple. So let's do a quick recap. In order to grow a dance studio, you need more leads. You need to get those leads to show up, and then you need to get those leads to enroll, right? Again, super simple. So now the question for you, if this is you right here, where do you begin? And so, by the way, I hope you appreciate the artwork of the video. Those doodles come from me. And so where do you begin? So here's a few questions that can help your studio, that can help you gain clarity as to where you should start. So are you generating consistent leads every single month? Are you getting new inquiries every single month? And if the answer is no, okay, maybe you could start there. Are you relying on word of mouth as your main source of marketing? Okay, are you solely dependent on word of mouth to attract new students? Do you want to grow your studio much faster than you're currently growing at? Okay, are you stuck in an enrollment plateau? If the answer is yes to any of these questions above, then you want to start with generating more inquiries. Okay, now here's another set of questions. Do you have a lot of leads contacting you every single month? Do you struggle following up with the leads that you're getting already? Are the leads that you have falling through the cracks? Do you have a lack of follow-up system? Are you following up? Are you or your team manually following up with all of the leads? Are you struggling finding the time to follow up with all of the leads? Do you have a system for follow-up that is complicated? Then you might want to focus on the follow-up, on the automating your student follow-up processes. Okay, your new student follow-up processes. And last one, the enrollment. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, I don't need help with enrollment. I don't have this problem. If I can get them to show up, then I can get them to enroll. So this is what I hear a lot of studio owners say, like, oh, I don't have a problem in terms of enrollment. If people come in, then I could get them to enroll. And so here's questions for you. Are you stuck doing all your sales? Do you have a person in charge of enrollment who isn't great at sales or isn't trained in sales? Do you have a systemized sales process? Do you have a sales script that details exactly how you do sales at your studio? Do you wing it when it comes to sales? So do you do sales differently? Are your employees just kind of winging it when it comes to try and get people to enroll? Do you have a list with all of the potential objections that students have and how to overcome them? Does your team know how to present the pricing, how to ask people to enroll? All of these things. So if the answer is no, then you obviously can start working on that, on the enrollment. Okay, so once you've identified where your studio needs help, the question is, what do you do about it? Okay, so let's talk about it. So when it comes to marketing, and I'm going to dive in pretty quickly through all of these. Okay, so when it comes to generating leads, what do you do when it comes to how do you get more people to be interested in your dance studio? So number one, advertising. You need to find a way to attract new students. Advertising is a great way to do this. If you go to our YouTube channel, there's a video here how to set up Facebook and Instagram advertising campaigns to attract new students. You can go check that out. Website SEO. So you need to tell Google what your website is about so that it helps you rank higher on the search results. Again, if this is not making sense, there's videos on the YouTube channel that talk about all of these things. Check those out. Adding forms to your website. So when people go to your website, right? So this is what I mean by SEO. I'll show you really quickly. If people type in on Google dance classes for kids near me, okay, so this is where they find the dance studios. You need to have, your website needs to say dance classes for kids, right? That way, when Google sees what people type in, they can read your website and they can know that your website is about a dance studio who offers dance classes for kids. Same thing if you do adults, then you might want to say dance classes for adults or dance studios for adults. You want to have the area name. You want to make it easy for people to inquire by adding forms to your website. So when people see this, they click here, we're collecting their name, phone number, and email. You want to get more Google reviews. This used to be our studio, Latin dance movement. We used to have an adult dance studio. We had 241 Google reviews. This helped us rank higher up, better than anybody else out there, every other studio out there. You want to have text blast campaigns to help you. So a text blast campaign is when you reach out to your past students, leads, people who inquired but never enrolled. You want to follow up with them every quarter, send them a text message, something along the lines of like, hey, are you still interested in dance? Or, hey, do you want to come and try a free class? So you want to do that once a quarter. You want to hire a marketing company to help you. You don't need to do all the things at your studio. It's okay if you get help. It doesn't have to be us that you hire, but you can hire a marketing company so that they can help you, because that is so much better than you trying to figure out how to do marketing on your own or having an employee take a course or trying to wing it on their own. You're going to have much better results having a company who's already good at it that can prove to you that they're good at it. When it comes to follow-up, you want to follow up with people within 1 minute of them inquiring. and you want to keep track of your leads. You want to have a consistent follow-up. You want to consistently follow up with them if they don't respond or if they stop responding. You want to offer free trial classes. You want to send reminders so that people remember to show up to their free trial classes. You want to automate your follow-up reminders. In fact, you want to automate a lot of this processes. You cannot possibly follow up with every single lead that you get within 1 minute doing that manually. You got to have a follow-up. You got to have automation to help you with that. You want to use text messaging. That's the best way right now that people communicate. That's the way people communicate today, is through text. You want to call anybody who inquires. To make, on top of the text, you want to send a text, but you also want to call them. So, personal touch is still a thing. You want to make sure that you're calling people. Have a phone script in place so that you or your team members know exactly what to say. Don't wing your phone calls because they're not going to be as good. Have a call script. Send a newsletter every single month to talk to the leads who inquired, who never enrolled, or to the past students who stopped coming, to let them know about all the cool things that are going on at your studio. If you want to learn how to easily write all your newsletters, watch this video right here, how to use automation. I'm sorry, not that one. Let me show you here. This one right here called "This Tool Saves So Much Time: 23 Ways to Use AI to Boost Student Enrollment and Generate More Revenue." That one talks about how to use artificial intelligence to write these using ChatGPT. If you don't know about it, Google it. To write newsletters to help you to help you keep in touch with all those leads. And then last, when it comes to enrollment, you don't want to wing your enrollment process. You want to have a sales script that you and your team know exactly what to say to get new parents to enroll. You want to give people an incentive to sign up on the day of their trial. So you want to have an offer sort of like 50% off registration fee, or completely waive the registration fee, or get a backpack and a water bottle if you sign up. Just whatever incentive, the better the incentive, the more people are going to sign up on the day of. And then you want to follow up with anybody who doesn't enroll on the day of their trial class. So if somebody shows up but they don't end up enrolling, you want to follow up with them to prevent them from falling through the cracks. Just call them the day of. If they came in at 6, then call them later on that night at 8:30 and say to them, we're so glad that you came in. We really enjoyed having you. Do you want to move forward and enroll with us? You call them the next day. Follow up with people who didn't enroll, and you're going to have better results. And then you want to hire a salesperson who's in charge of enrollment. You don't want to just depend on kind of like a passive teenager to do sales for you. Just a passive teenager who sits there waiting for parents to sort of come by and ask you, and ask if, like, how do they enroll? You want somebody who's more assertive. You want a salesperson who's motivated by money to want to enroll people. This is why artists have managers, because they're not good at sales themselves. So they need somebody who is money motivated to go out there and get business. And that is what this person is going to do. Okay. So with that said, those are all the tips that I have for you. Kind of going through them fast. If you want to learn more about them, there's definitely more videos on the YouTube channel that talk about each individual thing that I talk over here. I just wanted to give you a big picture perspective as to what it takes. So you need to, in order to grow your dance studio, you need to generate more leads. You need to get those leads to show up, and you get them to enroll. These are, you could take a screenshot of this screen right here. These are the things that I would focus on if I were you. And then from there, if you want to work with us, we can help you do all of these things. We can help you increase. That's what we do. We own a company called Get More Students. We help studio owners with increasing enrollment. You can check out our success stories by going to getmorestudents.com. Click here to see all of the success stories from the studio owners that we're working with. We have a lot of videos here that you can watch from real studio owners. Then you can go to the homepage. You can schedule a call here with us. We can tell you about our program and how we can help you, and see if that is something you think might fit your studio. Okay, with that said, Subscribe to your YouTube channel. Share this video with a studio owner that you think might need help with growing their studio. And check out the rest of the YouTube videos here on our channel that can potentially help you with increasing enrollment. I try my best to share everything, all the secrets in terms of growing a dance studio so that you can be successful. And then maybe hopefully you can be like, you know what? I watched their videos. He was great. Maybe we want to work with them. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.